Hey, my name is Jack and I love talking about myself on the internet. How's that for a YouTube intro? Am I doing it? Am I getting the hang of it? Probably not. So sorry if the lighting was weird. It was okay just a second ago. I'm kind of chasing the light and I'm in my kitchen with the window open, hoping my neighbors can't see me talking to the bottle of detergent that my phone is propped up against. But whatever. Yeah, so today I wanted to talk about names, specifically choosing your name, how to choose your name, or how I chose my name, and legally changing your name. So I might split that into two parts depending on how long this runs. Oh, sorry, is there a glare with these? Because I don't know. Fun fact, not real. I just wear them to draw attention away from my acne. But yeah. Names. So when I first realized I was trans, I knew I didn't want to go by my birth name, obviously. Way too feminine, just didn't want to associate with that at all. But I had no idea what masculine name to choose. So in the meantime, I did choose a placeholder name for myself, and that's perfectly okay. I just used my my mom's maiden name as my placeholder name until I could figure out what the masculine one would be. And to figure out the masculine one, I basically compiled a list of a bunch of fictional characters that I loved and people in real life that I admired, and I took to the internet and was like, hey, which of these names do you think would suit me best? And I didn't do this on like Facebook or anything because I wasn't out yet, but I did it on Trevor Space, which is essentially LGBT Facebook. A lot of forums for LGBT youth to ask questions and seek advice. So that's where I put that. And I asked, can you use these names in a sentence and refer to me? I just want to see which ones fit best. And that narrowed it down to 2. But, initially I had tons of names like that. I asked people which would fit me, and those were Ryan, Craig, Michael, Simon, Remus, Nick, and like a whole bunch more that I haven't listed for some reason. But yeah, that got narrowed down to Craig and Jack as far as which one suited me, and at which point I asked my 2 best friends. They thought that Jack was a fuckboy name and Craig was the name of like a creepy uncle type that lives next door. But whatever. But the lesser of 2 evils in their opinion was Jack, and I found that suited me. I named myself Jack in reference originally to Jack Batillo, a member of Rooster Teeth, who hosts the charity live streams they have every year, and I just admire him a ton. So that felt right to me, and I think that suits me pretty well. So yeah, and my second name, which I view as my second name, not my middle name, but my second name, Anthony, that would be after Mr. Anthony Stark, aka Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, because I am garbage. Just straight up garbage. But, I think that's okay. I think it's totally acceptable to name yourself after, people in media or fictional characters. I think there's this huge stigma in the trans community where, if you name yourself after a fictional character, or you name yourself, after a singer or whatever, or some kind of uncommon, rare, unique name, then, you're a special snowflake and you're trying to get attention and trying to be like, ooh, look at me, or whatever. But on the other hand, there's also kind of a stigma that like if you choose one of the common trans names, like I saw a list on Tumblr the other day that was like Finn, Max, Oliver, those are common names among the trans community. If you choose one of those names, you're falling into a stereotype or whatever, and you just can't win with that logic. So just, who cares? Choose whatever name you like, choose whatever name you think suits you. It doesn't matter if it's a fictional character or if it's some way out there name that no one's ever heard of, or if it's like a super common name, like John or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's your name. Like, only you can choose that. I mean, you know, aside from your parents who did the first one, but whatever, you can choose your second name. It's up to you. Oh, and you can choose not to change your name if you don't want to. That's perfectly fine as well. I think the only circumstance in which you know, changing your name to something gets a bit iffy is that if it's like appropriating another culture, I guess. Like, you know, if you're a super white person, you're like, oh, I want my name to be Meat Skinny or something. It's like, But, you know, I'm white. I don't exactly get an opinion on racism. But yeah, so that's my advice for that. Go through a list, go through your friends, ask the internet, use it in a sentence, just really toss that name around a bunch, and don't care about what other people think about your name, because it's your name, it's unique to you, doesn't matter where it came from, as long as it's, you know, a respectful name. If you're not gonna name yourself Dix McGee, you know, you're good, whatever. Names. This video is all over the place. Ugh.